Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's assthetics, and today I want to talk all about cosmetics, because on global we have a lot of cosmetics for characters. We've got cosmetic sales, we've got them for diamonds, we've got them for real money, we've got the sacred treasure shop, and we have lots of events where you can exchange things for certain cosmetics. We're going to see this again. We saw this with the slime collab. We're going to see it again with the Attack on Titan collab. And right now what we have for the weapons, for the summer weapons, is we have the tokens, or the little chips that we have, whatever they're called, the summer, I can't remember what they're called, but anyways, you can trade them in these little cards with tokens, whatever they're called. I'm having a really hard time. Whatever, tickets. Yes, the tickets, the summer tickets. You can exchange the tickets. I call them literally everything but tickets. You can exchange the tickets for a bunch of different weapons. And there's actually a lot of really cool ones. There's a lot of hilarious ones, and there are some very good ones. And the reason why I wanted to make this video is in part because someone on Twitch asked me maybe about a week ago to make this video to sort of explain how to prioritize cosmetics between a character. Like if you have a bunch of characters' cosmetics, which cosmetics do you equip? And then when a character gets more cosmetics, how do you decide whether you want them or not? So I'm going to try and explain that, and I'm going to illustrate that and sort of illustrate my theory for it and the way I do it. Not saying this is the best way, but this is the way that I do it, by explaining why I'm sort of in a pickle here between Gil Thunder's weapon, I believe. Not Gil Thunder's weapon. I already have Gil Thunder's weapon. I guess it would be, maybe Hawk's weapon or Meliodas' weapon, and the weapon for Merlin. Okay, the coconut water. Now, aesthetically speaking, this is one of the best cosmetics in the game. It's a floating coconut drink that you can take a sip from anytime, in between fights, in between slapping demons, etc. So it's awesome, right? Aesthetically, you can go whichever way you want with cosmetics. The aesthetics really are subjective, and they're up to you. I'm going to be talking more about the objective, logical min-maxing type thing for cosmetics. So let's go ahead and take a look at my Merlin. I'm actually going to move my camera over here for this. I'm going to take a look at Merlin's cosmetics for my Merlin. Okay, so we've got lots of outfits, like a ton of outfits, and we've got 5 UR outfits equipped. You know they're equipped because they are on the bar. If they're not on the bar, they're not equipped. That's simple. And then you can see the stats that those 5 registered means equipped. The 5 equipped registered outfits are giving me. They're giving me 900 defense, 3% crit, blah, blah, 21% crit resistance, and 6% resistance. And then we have the weapons, which would include the coconut, which is right there. I don't have it yet. Oh, actually, you guys can't see it. It's right there. There it is, right down there. And then I got a whole bunch more weapons here, along with 5 UR weapons. And then we've got the cosmetics. Now, it's a bit confusing because we also call cosmetics, i.e. all of the cosmetics, but they call the sort of headpiece, the hair kind of thing, the glasses, the sort of hat, they call that cosmetic. So I already have 5 UR weapons for Merlin. And if we take a look at their substats, the substats are important, but let's take a look at them. We've got pierce rate, crit chance. We've got pierce rate. We've got pierce rate, crit chance. We've got pierce rate, crit chance. And we've got crit chance, crit damage. If you had to guess from those I just gave it away. If you had to guess from those substats, which one would you say is the most valuable for most characters? That's right, pierce rate. All of the cosmetic weapons are going to have attack as the first stat, and then the substats, basically for most characters, pierce rate is the best. So that's why I've gone ahead and prioritized pierce rate for all of Merlin's gears, weapons, despite the fact that I may have other pieces with higher substats of a different kind. So if you take a look here, this one has 6% crit damage, which is higher maybe than, let's say, this one, which is only a 5% total. It's 2% pierce rate and 3% crit chance. So it's only giving me 5 points, or 5% in different stats. This one's going to give me 7. But the thing is, crit damage is not going to be, on average, as helpful for Merlin. Merlin doesn't have any sever abilities. So sever are abilities, skills that will double your crit chance. She also doesn't have the other ability that does 2 times the crit damage, which is like Jericho's ult. So because she doesn't have any crit damage or crit rate multipliers, she doesn't necessarily have a very, very high crit chance or crit damage base anyways. So Pierce is the way to go. And that's sort of, I think that's sort of the idea for most characters that are not crit chance or crit damage based. So that's sort of my first tip for you. For weapon cosmetics, and often weapon cosmetics are the second most important cosmetics. For weapon cosmetics, you want to prioritize the ones that have pierce rate. Now, not just the ones that have pierce rate, but there's also another thing you need to notice. I have all of the UR ones equipped, and then I don't have the SSR or SR ones equipped. The reason for that, of course, being the higher the ranked, for now anyways. Global will get cosmetic upgrades in the future. But for now, UR gives 180 attack, whereas SSR only gives 120. So that's objectively better, right? So you want as many UR gears as possible, or as many UR cosmetics as possible for all of the 3 possible parts. And then, of course, you want to prioritize specific substats. So for weapons, if they're not a character that has lots of crit damage, lots of crit rate, then I would recommend Pierce Rate as a priority. And that's why the Malevolent set is one of the best sets in the game, like one of the best cosmetic sets, because all of the pieces are, these are gonna be all the Merlins, right? All of the pieces for the Malevolent set, the weapon piece, gives 7% Pierce Rate. That is so good. Excellent for PvP, also good for PvE. And that's the big thing about cosmetics that you have to remember, is whether you go into geared or ungeared PvP, the cosmetics will still matter. Same thing goes for reverse stages. So Pierce Rate on the weapon, unless they are a character that takes advantage of crit rate and crit damage. So how do you know which characters take advantage of crit rate and crit damage? You sort of have to know the character, but some examples would be Green King. Obviously, Green King has Spike here, so he gets ×2 crit damage, which of course is synergizes with crit damage cosmetics. And then, of course, his unique gives him crit chance. So extra crit chance is nice for him, but because he gets an extra 100% here, you probably want to stack a bunch of crit damage. So that's what I went ahead and did on his weapons here. I specifically gave him, see, he could have another, well, actually, he couldn't have another UR weapon, but even so, this one has 6% crit damage. So let's say I had a UR weapon that I didn't have equipped, that had Pierce Rate and crit chance. I probably wouldn't equip it because that 6% crit damage is more worthwhile. So you can see here, crit chance is there, and well, 11% Pierce is nice because of, you guessed it, the Malevolent piece. But otherwise, 12% crit damage, right? So for characters like Green Jericho, for characters like Green King that have very high crit chance or crit damage, I think Green Meliodas as well with the, yeah, you could also do, you also give him crit damage, right? So for those heroes specifically that have very high crit chance or have, you know, double crit damage skills, you want to scale their crit damage and crit rate with cosmetics. Otherwise, for the other like 95% of characters, you want to just scale up their Pierce, because Pierce is just like a catch-all for more damage. I'm not exactly sure how Pierce works, but it's way better, you know, most of the time. For outfits, it's not as important from what I've heard, but I think resistance overall is the best of the 3 that you can get. Resistance, or crit defense. Out of these 3, I believe that resistance is the best. And then I'm not sure between crit resistance and crit defense which one is better. Possibly crit resistance is better, but I'm not 100% sure. But again, it follows the same logic. You want to equip as many UR as possible because it's got the base 180% or 180 defense, rather than the SR or the SSRs, which only have 70 or 120. Now, even if you don't have it equipped here, you know you can still wear it just by clicking change, just to make that clear. I can wear whatever I want on Escanor, even if it's not equipped as one of the registered ones giving me stats. And then for cosmetics, it's fairly straightforward. Again, okay, this one's wrong for Escanor. That's hilarious. So I'll show you why it's wrong. So we have 3 UR gear and 2 SSR, but we have another one here that's UR. So I'm missing out on a ton of HP. You can see the SSR ones are 930. The UR ones are 1,000 and change, 1,400 and change. So it's like almost 500 more. So you definitely want to equip the UR ones if you have them. Now, this is green Escanor. I haven't used them since red Escanor came out. But now I'm going to take a look at the substats and figure out which one I want to unequip out of these 2 here. So this one has regen and lifesteal. This one has recovery rate. If you look at these ones, okay, recovery rate, regen, okay, they're actually pretty bad. Anywho, the point here is you want as much lifesteal as possible. Lifesteal is awesome. It's a great stat for PvP and also for PvE. Regen is terrible. It's the worst one. It's like a set percentage. It's a set amount of HP that you recover at the end of every turn. It's not a heal. It's like a passive healing. Every character has a passive healing, but it's extremely tiny. It's like 500 HP. So it's just useless. And then recovery rate is actually not bad. It's not amazing. It's not as good as lifesteal, but it's not bad because it will increase the amount of healing that you receive when you get healed from a source, from another skill that has healing, like King's Heal, or you have heal. Maybe not King's Heal because that's a percentage-based heal, but heals like, you know, Red Liz's heal, Red Hostess Liz, or Green Princess Liz, Blue Lilia, stuff like that. Those types of heals that are a percentage of their attack, they will heal for more via your recovery rate. Maybe King still works. I'm not 100% sure. But anywho, in this case, both of these are 930, but this one has recovery and this one has lifesteal. So I want to keep this one and I want to drop this one. Fairly straightforward. Lifesteal is king. This one has 1% lifesteal. Even if it didn't have 1% lifesteal, I would still equip it because of the base HP stat. So you want to prioritize the base stat at the top there, attack, defense, HP. Obviously, we know that that's what constitutes CC. And then from there, Cosmetics, you want to prioritize lifesteal. For weapons, for the most part, you want to prioritize pierce rate. Juicy pierce rate. For some characters, juiciest pierce rate. For some characters, you want to prioritize crit chance and crit damage. And then for outfits, usually resistance, but you sort of take what you can get. You're not going to get that many UR outfits to sort of mix and match all willy-nilly. But yeah, I think it's resistance, crit resistance, and then crit defense would be the third. So that is basically how you determine which cosmetics to equip, and that's also how you determine in the future which cosmetics to purchase. Because if they don't have pierce and you need pierce, or they don't have crit damage or crit rate and you need those, maybe don't buy them, right? If they're not UR, maybe don't buy them then. And then you know, if it doesn't have lifesteal or whatever, then you can sort of go from there. So let's take a look at these. I think these are all the same, so it doesn't really make sense to look at them too much. But I think they all have that 1% lifesteal is not bad, but she's not really a damage dealing character. Deanne is, and she's got an AoE alt. So if this one has lifesteal, it's actually quite good. It's not bad actually. Bon also, we know he loves lifesteal. So let's take a look. Only for the green one because I don't have the red one yet. This one also, no, this one doesn't have lifesteal. So this one's a little bit worse actually because it doesn't have that 1% lifesteal. You could argue he doesn't need it because he already has it. Yada yada yada. Here we've got 1% lifesteal, not bad. But they're all UR. So UR is obviously the best for now. Anyways, we'll get something in the future. Way later. Maybe for global it'll be soon. But yeah, lifesteal there is nice for Gother. So you can sort of get the point as far as lifesteal, pierce rate, and then resistance for the sets. But usually you can see the sets here all basically have the same effects, more or less. There's a few ones that are different, but otherwise, yeah, crit resistance, crit defense, 3% lifesteal. Wow. I might actually pick that up for Gila. 3%'s a lot. Interesting. What about Jericho? What does she get? Wow. Another 3% lifesteal. Dang, that's really good. What does Kill Thunder get? Another 3% lifesteal. Okay. Griamore. Another 3% lifesteal. Interesting. Does Melly get 3% lifesteal? No, I guess 1%. Okay, well, there you go. So yeah, that's why I've been puzzling over what to do, because I don't want to buy, sorry Gila, but I don't want to buy your mint colored parasol with my last ticket. And then I don't want to buy the shovel for Griamore because it's only for green Griamore, and I use red Griamore a lot, so it's really annoying, and it's only... Okay, it is UR. So I've been puzzling over whether I should get the Merlin one just for the look, because I'm not actually going to equip it because it doesn't have pierce rate, or if I should get Hawk's because I actually use Hawk, but I have a lot of URs for Hawk already. It has 3% pierce rate, which is really good. Or if I should get the Meliodas one, which also I believe has 3% pierce rate. So yeah, at this point, after everything I've explained, there's only one more thing to do. Look at JP. I know. But basically, at this point, the only thing left for me to do, because I'm not familiar, I don't have all of the JP UR weapons memorized, would be to go and look up. I believe there's a resource that lists all of the current cosmetics for all characters, and I think you can actually just go on sdsgc.gg and go to the Korean Japanese version, and then go to a character and look at all their cosmetics that they have listed and see. What I'm trying to say is I think Meliodas, specifically green and blue, these Meliodas, not the demon ones, I think he's going to get a lot more UR cosmetics, and through like events and giveaways and logins and stuff like that, he may get enough that this just becomes obsolete just by process of, you know, more saturation from UR weapons. And then Hawk, I'm not really sure about. So honestly, I think if I was min-maxing, I would probably go for Gila because he's probably not going to get a lot more cosmetics. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up, and I wanted to show you guys an actual example. I will let you guys know once I decide, but in the meantime, I think I actually have to go and buy some of those sets, some of those cosmetic sets that I was looking at for 30 bucks there. I'm not going to really talk too much about the value there. It's up to you. It's a bit expensive, $30 for only a 2-piece. They should lower the price when it's 2-piece versus 3-piece, because normally the 3-piece sets also sell for $30 for me, for Canadian. So it's a little bit annoying. Like these sets here, you know what? These were also, no, these were 3-set pieces, and these were also $30. So you get more bang for your buck here. You basically get 3 UR cosmetics and 30 diamonds for 30. Whereas here, I'm only getting 2, which is kind of annoying. Or they could add more diamonds to sort of compensate for it, make it 60 instead of 30. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thanks so much for watching. If you need any more advice, tips, clarification on cosmetics, hit me up in the comments down below. And I will see you in the next one. Take care.